Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vamsha Rishibhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. So we the 9th Brahmanam of the 3rd chapter, which is the last Brahmanam. So the previous Brahmanam was called Akshara Brahmanam. Okay, because Aksharam Brahma was the topic there. Now we are going to have, this is called Shakalya Brahmanam. Shakalyaha Papracha, it is there. So the questioner is Shakalyaha. Shakalyaha means Shakalasya Apatya is son of Shakala. So he is called Shakalyaha. So Shakalya is asking the question in this Brahmana. So this is called Shakalya Brahmana. And again the same Aksharam Brahma only is revealed in this Brahmanam also. But it is revealed in a certain manner to show that whatever the multiplicity we are seeing, it is nothing but manifestation of the single reality alone. The one alone is manifest, or it is appearing as the many. So that is the main thing here. And it actually, the question is about how many devatas are there. So Shakalya asks Yajnavalkya, Kati Devaha. This is the question. And he keeps on asking the same thing. Kati eva Devaha, like that. How many devatas are there? And Yajnavalkya keeps on giving a lesser number to show that even though there are, normally in fact we say that there are 33 crore devatas, correct? 33 crore means 330 million. So 330 million devatas are there. Like this, there is one arithmetic is there, or one counting is there. Then the devatas can also be looked at as lesser in number, because the more devatas are nothing but the manifestation or parts of the lesser devatas, you can lesser number of devatas. So like this, we have all these different devatas. So the question is starting from there. But then again, the one revealed finally. One Deva, Brahman alone is the Deva, and all others are only the manifestation of that one. Okay, so next Bhashya introduces this Brahmanam. Ataha enam vidagdhaha shakalyaha papracha. So vidagdhaha is his name actually. Okay, vidagdhaha is the one who is asking the question. Vidagdhaha can two things. Vishesha is one who has been burnt special, or it can mean somebody who is very, very knowledgeable and all that. Okay, Vidagdhaha. Or somebody who is very mature. So Shakalyaha, he is the one who is asking. Now Bhashyakara is introducing Prithivyaadinam Sukshma Taratamya Kramena Purvasya Uttarasmin Otaprota Bhavam Kathayan Sarvantaram Brahma Prakashitavan. So now he is basically summarizing already starting from Prithivi onwards. In fact, if you go back to the 6th Brahmana, so the onwards, and goes up to the Brahmaloka, beyond which she was stopped from asking question first. Then again she picks up that same thread in the 8th Brahmana. So starting from Prithivi on, what is the of Prithvi, or what pervades Prithvi. Because the idea here is the cause pervades the effect, and the cause the effect which is gross. So Sukshma Taratamya Kramana, Bhashyakara says. That means what? The Prithvi, start with Prithvi, which is the grossest manifestation. Whatever pervades this Prithvi, that is taken there. Okay. And then that is the cause. Again, whatever pervades that, like that, it keeps on going subtler and subtler and subtler. So that is what he is saying. Purvasya uttarasmin means what? Whatever was said before, whatever pervades that later, whatever pervades that, like that, it keeps on going. The Ota Prota Bhava means what? Warp and woof. Like even the Ota and Prota are the two yarns which make up a cloth, correct? Or the yarns which go in two different directions which make up a cloth are called Ota and Prota. So like the cloth is pervaded by the yarn. Like that, different bhutas like Prithvi is pervaded by what? That is the NPR analysis. That was said. Okay, that was explained. And finally it ends in Sarvantaram Brahma. Brahma was shown. Because if you keep on going in like that, which pervades what and which is subtler, we came up to first Sutratma. Sutratma means that which is literally like a sutra, that which is holding everything together, correct? If you take a mala like this, there is a thread which goes within. The thread itself is many times invisible, but the invisible thread alone is holding on to all the beads, let us say. Like that, the Sutratma is Sukshma. It's not known to us directly, but it is the one which is holding. And Sutratma impelled or controlled by the Antaryami, which is the Ishvara. So, the Sutratma itself can be looked upon as Virat and Hiranyagarbha. Virat is the gross, the totality, and Hiranyagarbha is the subtle totality or Sukshma. So that is the Sutratma, and Ishvara is the one who has the Aham Bhava in that, or who is the one who is even pervading that Sutratma, and that Ishvara is nothing but Brahman alone is appearing as Ishvara if it is having this Akasha as the Upadhi. Correct? The Akasha there again is not the regular Akasha. So that also was explained. These things are all part of the previous Brahmana. So Brahman was revealed in that manner. Okay, the Nirupadikam Brahma also was revealed by having that statement, correct? Adreshyam, Agrahyam and all that. So it was all negated. And Brahman also was shown as the Prashasta, the one in whose presence everything happens, or under whose rule or under whose laws only everything is functioning, like that. And Saguna Brahma, which is the Sarvakaranam also. Because it is easier to understand Brahman when we look at it through the observed world. So this Vyakrita Vishaya I was telling, all the things which are available to us as the differentiated objects in the world. So Brahman alone is appearing like that, but they are all nothing but they are all divisions in Sutra only. Sutra Bhedeshu. So Sutra alone is appearing as all differentiated objects in this objective world, and that Sutra itself is controlled or is impelled by this Brahman. Brahman was shown as the Niyanta of the Sutra. So Brahman, when it is appearing as the Niyanta of the Sutra, is Ishvara actually. So they are Antaryami, we said, correct? The Antaryami. So Brahmanaha Sutra Bhedeshu Niyantritvam Uktam and Vyakrita Vishaye Vyaktataram Lingam iti. So when this Vyakrita Vishaya is there, correct? whatever is differentiated, and whichever is more correct, or individualized, and each of them is pointing to something, correct? It is an indication. Basically, like I told you, understanding Brahman as the cause of all the things which is available to us. So from the many, we try to find the one cause of that. So that's how it's pointing out that if all these things are functioning in a certain manner, it is pointing to a certain reality. So that is how this thing was presented, understood also. So here, so this is the introduction Bhashyakara is correct. So whatever is differentiated, from that we are trying to understand the cause of this differentiated manifestation. And further, what tasyaiva brahmanaha. So same Brahman is also going to be the subject matter now. Sakshad aparokshatve niyantavya devata bheda sankocha vikasa dwarena adhigantavye iti tadartham shakalya brahmanam arabhyate. So the shakalya brahmana, why it is being started now? Because this Brahman is sakshad aparokshat Brahma, like that only we started that. Brahman is our very own self really, but that Brahman itself is going to be revealed now in a certain manner. What is that? Niyantavya devata bheda sankocha vikasa dwarena. So this is the way in which this Brahman is going to be revealed. Now, sankocha means bringing something or contracting something. Okay. In fact, when we go from the many to the one, we are contracting, correct? And vikasa means it is expanding from one to many. So the Big Bang is like a, even scientifically, Big Bang is vikasa. And they, even some people talk about a big crunch also. So the whatever is manifest as the many, once it starts becoming one, correct? Then that is sankocha. So sankocha and vikasa, that, and sankocha and vikasa of what? Means devata bheda. So the devatas are there, different devatas. So this Brahman itself is going to be revealed by showing the expansion or the contraction of the devatas. How many devatas are there? The different devatas themselves, initially so many devatas are there, then lesser, then it goes to one, which is Brahman. And these devatas themselves are those who are the ones who are actually controlled by this Brahman, correct? So those who are fit to be ruled by this Brahman, they are the devatas, and their differences, basically starting with a very big number, we keep on contracting that, and through that this one Brahman is again revealed. That is the methodology followed here. Let us see the actual Vakya here. Atha hainam vidagdhaha shakalyaha papracha kati deva yajnavalkyeti saha etaya eva nivida pratipede yavantaha vaishvadevasya nividuchyante trayascha tricha shata trayascha tricha sahas iti om iti hovacha. Okay, so now this first part is what? This Vidagdaha is his name, and he is a Shakalyaha. Yes, he is the son of Shakala. And he thereafter, Atha, this Yajnavalkya was asked by this Shakalya. Shakalya asked this Yajnavalkya. And what is the question? Kati Devaha. Okay, so how many Devas are there? Okay, Yajnavalkya, how many Devas are there? Okay, Kati Devaha Yajnavalkyeti. Then this Yajnavalkya did not answer directly as this number. Instead, he says, why should I answer? Let me quote the Veda itself. So he is answering by referring to a particular type of mantras called Nivid. Nivid mantras are there. Okay, the name of the mantra itself is called Nivid. So Nivida Pratipede means that which is revealed in the Nivid mantras. Okay, so as many as revealed in the Nivid mantra. Nivida Pratipede Yavantaha. So whatever is revealed by this Nivid mantra. So the Nivid mantra itself is a particular type of mantra. Okay, in fact, in the mantra itself is called Shastra, Stotra, like there are different types of mantras are there. Shastra means that which is chanted without, see, for example, Samaveda is there. Rik alone is sung as the Sama. But instead of singing it as a Samagana, if you chant it just like that, okay, that is called Dandavat also, normally they say. They simply chant it in a monotonous manner. That is called Shastra. So if you chant it or if you sing it as a Samagana, it is called Stotra. But the same Rik, when it is monotonously chanted, it is called Shastra. So during, for example, different yajnas like Soma Yajna and all that, both this Stotra and Shastra, both are done. And then only the yajna itself is the, whatever the yaga, actual offering into the fire and all happens. So the Nivid is part of this Shastra. Okay. There is a Vaishwadeva Shastra, it is called. Vaishwadevasya is there, correct? So Vaishwadeva Shastra is there. In that, a particular mantra is called Nivid. And in that only this number is revealed. So Vaishwadevasya Nivid Uchyante. And what does it say? Trayascha, Tricha. So Trayascha, Tricha means, Trayascha means 3 and Trini. Like this 3 is Vedic usage. This is Chandasam. Actually, Bhashyakara later on we'll see in the Bhashya. So he will actually add the correct the suffix and all that. So Trini Shatani. But in the Veda, it is simply Tricha Shataha is there. Okay. So Trayascha Tricha Shataha means 303. You have to understand. Okay. 3 and 3 times 100, which is 303. Then Trayascha Tricha Sahasrati. Sahasra. Similarly, 3 and 3 into 1000, 3003. So Yajnavalkya gives the answer that there are 3306 devatas as per this Vaishwadeva Shastra. That is the answer he gives first. Then he says Om iti. Om means, yeah, okay, fine. Whatever you have said is fine. Very well. It's okay. But then he doesn't stop there. Again, he asks the same question. Katyeva devaha yajnavalkyeti. So how many are there? How many devatas are there? This time Yajnavalkya does Sankocha. Okay, he says Trayas Trimshad iti Om iti hovacha. So this time he says only 33 devatas are there because the 33 only is manifest as the 3306 also. Okay. In fact, 3306 itself is called Madhyama by Bhashyakara. It is only an intermediate number because there are bigger numbers like I already told, correct? 330 million and all that. So the 3306 is looked upon as 33 now. And for that also he says very well. Then again he asks, Kati hovacha. Then sorry, Katyeva Devaha Yajnavalkyeti, he same thing he says. Om iti hovacha Katyeva Devaha Yajnavalkyeti. Then he reduces it to Shaditi, 6 only. Okay. For that also he says very well, Om. Okay. Again he asks, Katyeva Devaha Yajnavalkyeti, Trayaha iti, only 3. 6 has become 3 now. Okay, 3306, 33, 6 and 3. For that also he says very well, Om iti hovacha Katyeva Devaha Yajnavalkyeti. Again he asks, how many? Now 3 becomes 2. Dvau iti. For that also he says Om, very well. Again he asks, Katyeva Devaha Yajnavalkyeti. How many are there? Means Adyardhaha. Adyardhaha means half over 1, correct? 1.5. So I don't know how 1.5. Actually, the meaning for this 1.5 later on will be given. It's very interesting. So how can there be 1.5 devatas? You may have a question that we'll see later how it comes. For that also he says Om. Yes, very well, fine. Then again he asks, Tatyeva Devaha Yajnavalkyeti. Then Ekaha. Finally he comes to 1. From 1.5 he comes to 1. Iti Om iti hovacha. So for that also he says very well. Then he asks, Katame te trayascha tricha shataha trayascha tricha sahasrati. So now he asks, okay, you have said all these numbers. Which are those 3,306 devatas you started, correct? Which are those devatas? He is asking now. Okay, so that is the question here. Let us quickly see the Bhashyam. Ataha yenam vidagdaha iti namataha. So his name is Vidagdaha. And is Shakalasya Apatyam. Tasya Apatyam An Pratyaya comes. So Shakalasya Apatyam is Shakalyaha. Papracha, he asked. Ati Sankhyaakaha Devaha He Yajnavalkyeti. So He Yajnavalkya, how many in number are there? Okay. By number, how many devatas are there? Okay. So the number of devatas. Saha Yajnavalkya Ha Khila Etya eva Vakshyamānaya Nivida Pratipeda Sangham. So the Nivid itself is going to be quoted later on. So through that Nivid only he is going to answer. So he doesn't answer directly himself. He is going to answer by quoting the Nivid, which is part of the Vaishvadeva Shastra. So the number he is going to reveal through the Nivid. So Yam Sankhyam Prishtavan Shakalya. So whatever which was asked by Shakalya, is going to answer by revealing it from the Nivid. So Yaha is there here, Yavantaha. Yavat Sankhyaakaha Devaha. So how many in numbers, the number of Devatas, how many are there? Okay, that is going to be revealed what Vaishvadevasya Shastrasya Nividi. So whatever is said in the Nivid, which is part of the Vaishvadeva Shastra. Like I told you, what is a Shastra? So the difference between Shastra and Stotra, we have to know. So this Shastra is not the weapon kind of a Shastra. So this is the, again, a paribhasha we have to say. It is a jargon specific to the Vedic mantras. Okay, how they are chanted, etc. So in this Bhashyakara explains, Nivin Nama Devata Sankhya Vachakani Mantra Padani Kani Vaishvadeva Shastre Shashante. So there is a Vaishvadeva Shastra is there. In that there is a mantra called Nivid. So that words of that Nivid are being quoted here. So they are a group of mantras really, in which the number of devatas are revealed. Okay. So the Nivid is the one which is revealing the number of devatas, and it is part of the Vaishvadeva Shastra. Okay. Tani Nivid Sankhya-kani. So they are the ones, the count which is revealed by Nivid. Okay. Tasyam Nividi Yavantaha Devaha Shruyante Tavantaha Devaha iti. So initially Yajnavalkya says, how many ever is said in the Nivid mantras, so many devatas are there. Then he again, ka punaha sa nividi iti sa nivid padani pradarsyante. So what are the number of devatas as revealed in the nivid? That itself he is now showing or quoting. Yajnavalkya himself must have said that there. Okay, what is that? Trayascha, tricha, shata, trayascha, devaha, devanam, tricha, trinicha, shatani. So Bhashyakara, so I told you this tricha is a Vedic usage. Okay, so Bhashyakara makes this 3 into trini, and shataha also he makes it into shatani. Punarapi evam trayascha tricha sahasrani etavantaha devaha iti. So in fact here there is also a grammatical point. If you are grammatically inclined, you can notice here Trayascha devaha, Bhashyakara says when he comments on the Trayascha. But when it comes to Trini Shatani, Bhashyakara changes the case to 6th case. Devanam, he says. Because even in English, when you say 100 devatas, we can say like that, correct? When the 100, each of the numbers in that 100 or the 100 number itself is represent each one devata, then you can directly say 100 devatas. But when you say 100 count in English, even in English we have to say 100 count of devatas, correct? So when you are looking at the sankhya of some object, correct? The number of devatas, number of devatas. So 100 number of devatas, something like that. So when the 100 itself is taken as a number here, then the case becomes 6th case here. Devanam tricha trinicha shatani. So here it is 6th case, but trayascha devaha means 3 devas. Like that he starts. So this variation you can note here. That's a grammar thing. Because I think shatani itself, when shata itself, there are 2 different usages. Okay, it can be normally when we are talking about 100, means 100 will be used only in singular. But here shatani, hundreds in plural, if it comes, then it becomes a count. It is a sankhya. It's not representing the object directly, but it is representing the count. So the shatani, if it is there, then you have to say devanam. Is that clear? I hope I have made it clear. So even the usage shata and shatani, 100 and hundreds, like that when we use, correct? So even in English, 300 devatas we will say, but hundreds of devatas only we will say even in English, correct? When you are saying hundreds of people came, 300 people came, or you have to say 300s of people came. When you use hundreds in plural, even in English, it goes into we use the of preposition. So you can get the same kind of usage here in Sanskritam also. Is that clear? So shatani, when you say devanam, you have to say. Okay. Further what? Punaha api evam trayascha. Again, similarly, tricha sahasraha sahasrani etavantaha devaha iti. So many devatas means what? 303, 3003. So Shakalya api om iti hovacha. Shakalya said, fine, very well. Yes. Then what? Evam yesham madhyama sankhya samyaktaya jnata. So when Yajnavalkya answered 3306, it is madhyama sankhya, Bhashyakara says. Okay, it is only an intermediate number. Okay. So when Shakalya said very well, what he means by that is, in this, whatever you have answered in this manner, that is the intermediate number. Now I want a number which is lesser than that. So that's why he keeps asking again. So evam esham madhyama sankhya samyaktaya jnata. So we know that properly. What is the intermediate number of devatas? Now he is saying Punas Tesham eva devanam Sankocha Vishayam Sankyam Prichati. So now the same, with reference to the same devatas, the lesser number is asking Sankocha Vishaya. Okay. So the larger number he asked, but now he wants the smaller number of devatas. So again he asks Katyeva Devaha Yajnavalkyeti. So for that he is giving all the answers. Bhashyakara simply gives the answers. What? Trayastrimshate, then he gives 6 shat, trayaha, dvau, adhyardhaha, ekaha iti. So these are the answers he keeps on giving, repeatedly queried. Now what? Devata sankocha vikasa vishayam sankyam prishtva punaha sankhyeya swarupam prichati. Okay, so now having asked the number of devatas, correct? Starting from an intermediate number, he keeps on going lesser and lesser, smaller and smaller number. So having asked about the count, now the nature of the counted, he is asking. So what is the nature of these devatas? What is the identity of these devatas? So Sankhyeya Swarupam means the devatas whom we counted, the number we counted, but who are they or what is their identity? Sankhyeya Swarupam is now asking Katame te trayascha tricha shata trayascha tricha sahasreti. So he knows who are they, what are the identities of these devatas. So for that Yajnavalkya is answering Saho Vacha Mahimana Eva Yesham Ete. So this 3000 Yajnavalkya does not start naming each and every one of them. It will become too big. So he starts with 33 only. So, but he says Trayas Trimshat Veva Devaha iti eva Yesham Mahimanaha, he says. See, even this 3306 is nothing but this Mahima means here we have to say manifestation. Okay, the 3306 also is nothing but the manifestation of only the 33 devatas. Okay, like that he answers. He doesn't give the identity of all the 3306. Then I think we'll be having this Brhadaranyaka Upanishad. Already it is very big and it will never complete, I think. So anyway, so then our Shakalya asks, okay, you are saying that the 3306 is manifestation of the 33 devas. Katame te trayas trimshad iti. So now Shakalya is asking, which are those 33? At least tell me the 33. Then Yajnavalkya answers. He says, Ashtau Vasavaha. So there are 8 Vasus. Ashta Vasu, we have heard, if some of you have read some Purana stories and all that, this Ashta Vasus are even in the context of Bhishma story also you may have heard, correct? Ashta Vasus, they got some shapa and they had to be born as human beings. But only one of them becomes Bhishma and undergoes the entire life. 7 of them, Ganga will give birth to them, but immediately she will throw it into the river, correct? And Shantanu keeps quiet. But the 8th one, he could not tolerate anymore. So like that, the story is there. The Ashta Vasus means some kind of devatas, 8 devatas. But here, in fact, all these will be given a different type of meaning, which we will see here. It's very interesting. So Ashtau Vasavaha, Ekadasha Rudraha. So 11 Rudras and Dwadasha Adityaha. So the 33 he is now enumerating, 8 Vasus, 11 Rudras and 12 Adityas. Now this makes up 31. So Eka Trimshad. So this is 31. Then what? Indraschaiva Prajapatischa Trayas Trimshav iti. So, and to the 31 you add Indra and Prajapati. Now that will make up 33. So like that he answers. Okay, so Sahavacha Itaraha. So Yajnavalkya is the other. He said Mahimanaha Vibhutayaha. So again, Mahimanaha means Vibhutaya means their glory, glorious manifestation we can take otherwise. Okay. So yesham trayas trimshataha devanam yete trayascha tricha shata ityadayaha. So the 3306 are nothing but a glorious manifestation of these 33. Like this he answers first. Because in reality, paramarthatastu trayastrimshat tu eva devaha iti. So the devas are only 33. Okay. So then at least who are those 33? Katamete trayastrimshat iti uchyate. So he asks, which are those 33? Then he answers, Ashtau Vasavaha, Ekadasha Rudraha, Dwadasha Adityaha, Te Ekatrimshat. So these three make up Indraschaiva Prajapatischa, Trayastrimshau iti, Trayastrimshataha, Puranau. So they make up this 33, Indra and Prajapati. So like this he answers. Then Shakalya doesn't leave there. He now asks, Katame Vasavaha iti. Who are these Vasus? He is asking. So that's how now you will see here Yajnavalkya will start giving interesting answers with everything which reference to the Atma itself. That is with reference to oneself. So differently he will give. So he says, Katamaha Vasaha iti Agnischa, Prithivicha, Vayuscha, Antarikshancha, Adityascha, Dyauscha, Chandramascha, Nakshatrani, Cha Yete Vasavaha, Yeteshu hi idam sarvam hitamiti tasmad Vasavaha iti. So he gives the list starting from Prithvi, Agni Prithvi, Vayu Antariksham, Adityaha Dyav. Okay, like this. 3 pairs make up 6. Then the moon, Chandrama and Nakshatras, moons and stars also. So these 8 are called Vasu. Now why they are called Vasu also is explaining here. So he says, Yeteshu hi idam sarvam hitam. Okay, so whatever is there here, for all that, these 8 are the ones which are good for them, in the sense that hitam normally means something which is good for you, correct? But here it is, hitam means that in this only everything is placed. We have to take it as, or they are all residing here. So these 8 things is where all the beings reside. Therefore, they are all Vasayanti iti or Vasanti iti Vasavaha. So the entire Jagat is residing in these 8 things. So these 8 are called Vasus. Like that, he is giving the meaning. Bhashyakara also will explain that. So Katame Vasavaha iti Tesham Swarupam Pratyekam Prichate. So now again Bhashyakara says, which are the Vasus? Means the each one's identity, their each one's going to be said. So Agnischa Prithivicha iti Agnyadyaha Nakshatrantaha Yete Vasavaha. So starting from Agni up to Nakshatrani, these are the Vasus. And why they are called Vasus? Bhashyakara is giving. Praninam Karma Phala Ashrayatvena. So Bhashyakara brings this here because, see, everybody has karma. And the karma has to be fructified and exhausted, correct? The karma phala is there. So there has to be something which supports the karma phala upabhoga, correct? That is the ashraya. When we say karma phala ashraya means, what are we meaning? We are meaning that which supports this exhaustion of the karma phala. So there only the karma phala is enjoyed by all the beings. And again, where means karya karna sanghata rupena, your body mind sense complex only is where you enjoy your karma, correct? And the karya karna sanghata itself, where is it? Means it is only made up of all these things, correct? Because the Prithvi only becomes your parthiva sharira, we say. The physical body is called parthiva sharira because it comes from the earth, it goes back into the earth, literally. So like this, then the others are also there. So the Sukshma Sharira, etc. That is the Karya Karana Sangata, correct? Karana is nothing but the senses and mind, etc. So they are also coming from all these 8 things. So he says Karya Karana Sangata Rupena Tan Nivasatvena Cha Viparinemantaha. So these 8 things only have become the body and the loka in which the body itself is there and enjoying things, correct? Both, only these 8 vasus only have become both the body and the world which the body is living in or inhabiting. So Tan Nivasatvena Cha Viparinamantaha means what? That which has modified into these. Therefore, what? Jagadidam sarvam vasayanti vasanti cha. So these 8 things only enable all the beings to live, and so and they themselves live there also. Okay, vasayanti vasanti cha. Therefore, they are called vasus. Te yasmad vasayanti tasmad vasavaha iti. So they support, because they support the inhabitants or inhabitation of other living beings. They are all called vasus, vasavaha iti. So that is the meaning here. Further, what? Katame rudraha. So now he is asking how many or who are these rudras. You said Ekadasha Rudra. Again, Ekadasha Rudra means normally the Shaivas will give out a list, correct? But that's not the thing here. So here again, this is looked upon differently. So, here he says, Katame Rudraha iti Dasheme Purushe Pranaha Atma Ekadashaste Yada Asmat Sharirat Martyat Utkramanti Atha Rodayanti Tad Yad Rodayanti Tasmad Rudraha iti. So this is a very interesting meaning. It is given here. So Dasha Ime Purushe Pranaha. So in this human body, the 10 organs are there, correct? Again, Pranaha here is used in the sense of Indriyas. Okay, so when you take the Karmendriya and Jnanendriya, there are 10 Indriyas are there. That is the Dasha Ime or Dasheme Purushe Pranaha. So in the here Purusha again means the in this person means basically human body only is taken, and Atma Ekadashaste, and here Atma actually does not mean the self like we understand. Mind is referred to as the Atma here. Atma Ekadashaha. So Atma is the mind here. Mind is the 11th one. And te yada asmat sharirat martyat utkramanti. So they basically, when they depart, correct, these 11 things, when they depart from this body, martyat means again mortal body we can take. They make the others weep, correct? Rodayanti, atha rodayanti. So when these 11 things leave the body, it makes the others to cry. Therefore, they are called Rudra. Rodayanti iti Rudra is the meaning, correct? Even there, in the when we talk about Ekadasha Rudraha also, or Rudra generally, this Rodayanti meaning is taken, but here it is given a different twist with reference to the body only. So Tad Yad Rodayanti Tasmad Rudraha iti. So because they make the others to weep, therefore they are called Rudras. These 11 Sukshma Sharira itself is called a Rudra here, basically. The Pancha Prana is also we have to include. They are not counted separately, but when we say Atma, the prana and manas both should be included here, and then the 10 Jnanendriya and Karmendriya together. So all of them, when they leave, it makes others to cry. Therefore, they are called Rudras. So they are the 11 Rudras. So Katame Rudraha iti dasha ime purushe karma buddhi indriyani pranaha. So when pranaha means here this karma and buddhi indriya, or karma and jnanendriya. So those are called pranas here. Number. Then Atma is Manaha, Ekadasha. The 11th is mind, which is referred to as Atma here. So Ekadashanam Puranaha. So these 11 are there, okay, which completes the number. And what happens? Te ete pranaha yada asmat sharirat martyat praninam karmapala uttaramanti atha tada rodayanti tat sambandhinaha. So when these leave the body, the mortal body, martyat praninam, so the mortals, from them, when these level, these from their body, these 11 things, when they leave, when do they leave? That also Bhashyakara says, karma phala upabhoga kshaye, whenever the karma phala upabhoga is done, correct? All your karma, with prarabdha karma only you have started this life. Once the prarabdha karma is exhausted, completed, then this body has become an old body. Like even in Gita also Bhagavan says, correct? Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grihnati naroparani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani sanyati navani dehi. So once the karma is over, they leave the body. So from a karma standpoint, whether no death is actually akala marana and all that. So normally we say akala marana, correct? If somebody dies young and all that. But really speaking, even if a person dies young, and if it is not due to some, let us say, obvious misuse of somebody else's free will, then it is that their karma is over. We have to take like that only. Okay. So once the karma is over, that body has already become worn out or old. And so the jiva has to leave that body and take another body. But in the process, it is very difficult. Whenever somebody dies, we are not going to see them anymore physically in the same form. So that creates a big void and all that, correct? It is a difficult thing to deal for normal people. For they all cry. So whoever is connected to that person, so tat sambandhinaha rodayanti. So at that time, tada, thereafter, they all cry. Therefore, what tat tatra yasmat rodayanti, because it makes them weep. Okay, at that time, te sambandhinaha, whoever is connected, correct? Tasmat rudraha it is. Therefore, these 11 are called Rudra. So you can see here already Vasu, Rudra, they are all defined in terms of this body only. Okay, that is the interesting thing here. Not like how we hear about them in the Puranas. Then further, Katamaha Adityaha iti. So who are these Adityas? Dwadasha vai Masaha, he says, the 12 months are the Adityas. Why? Samvatsarasya ete Adityaha ete hi idam sarvam adadana yanti. Adadana yanti. Te yad idam sarvam adadana yanti. Tasmad Adityaha iti. So even for the word Aditya, the Shruti is now giving a different kind of interpretation. Adadanaha, like that. So what is this? Let us see. So the 12 months, Dwadashaha vai Masaha. So the 12 months in the Samvatsara, they are the Adityas, 12 Adityas. Why they are called Aditya? Yetehi idam sarvam adadanaha yanti. So they take everything with them, it seems. Adadanaha means dadanaha means to give. You put the a prefix means you take from somebody. Okay. So they take away everything, it seems. These months are taking away. Why? Because time itself takes away everything, correct? In time, everything changes, and so it loses its form, its swarupa. So things, just time itself basically decays everything, takes away everything. So that's why, since they take away everything, means what? Basically, in time, everything comes to an end. And they take away things in that manner. So time devours, like we say. So it takes away everything. That's why these 12 months, because they are units of time, so they are the 12 Adityas. Okay, Yedidam Sarvam Adadanaha Yanti Tasmad Adityaha iti. So therefore only they are called Adityas. These 12 months are called Adityas. So that is the interesting interpretation here. So Bhashya Katamaha Adityaha iti Dwadasha vai masaha samvatsarasya kalasya avayavaha. So Bhashyakara, months are nothing but parts of the time or units of time in an year. Year itself is taken as kala in general as time. So avayavaha prasiddhaha. So they are very well known as the parts of an year, 12 months. Yete adityaha. They are the adityas. How? Katham? Yes. So yete hi yasmat punaha punaha parivartamanaha praninam ayumshi karma phalancha adadanaha. So Bhashyakara gives a very shastric meaning here. I gave a general meaning first. So he says, in time only, the time itself takes away your karma phala, because, and your ayush also, your life. Every day gone is one more day gone in your lifetime. So the time takes away your ayush, and how does it take your ayush? Means during that day the karma phala also is exhausted, correct? It takes away the karma phala. So praninam ayumshi karma palancha adadanaha grinhantaha. So they take away. They grinhanti means what? Again, to take something, to grab, basically. So upadadataha yanti gachanti. So they take and go. Te yat yasmat. Yat here is yasmat. Okay. Evam idam sarvam adadanaha yanti tasmad adityaha iti. So te yat idam is there. That's what Bhashyakara, this yat is yasmat, because they, in this manner, whatever is there here, correct? Everything they take away and go. Therefore, they are called Aditya. Like this. So this, then Indra and Prajapati also different meaning is given. That we will see next week. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.